Welcome to Partnerships for Profit, the podcast where we bring you inside the world of joint ventures, strategic partnerships, and powerful collaborations. Whether you're looking to expand your network, find new referral partners, or scale your business, you're in the right place. Let's get started.
Hello, everybody. This is Partnerships for Profit podcast. I'm the host today, Peter Conrad. Today, I'm talking to Colleen Joyce. She's the Chief Executive Officer of Lawyer.com and the founder of the Lawyer Growth Summit. Colleen, thank you so much for joining us.
Hey, Peter. Thanks for having me.
Thanks. This is a great opportunity to have a little chat. Could you start by telling us about yourself?
Yeah, sure. So my name is Colleen. I'm based out of New Jersey. I have an adorable 6-year-old who absolutely loves to play with ChatGPT. And when I'm not a mom, I am here at Lawyer.com. We started Lawyer about 14 years ago. And every day we've been growing into this ginormous brand that we have.
Great. Yeah, it's important to establish a brand and have those opportunities to bring in a community and grow. And I think that's great to see a driven, established company still doing well.
Yes.
You know, the internet can be a wild, wild west of things rising and falling, and sustainable growth and deliverable outcomes really matter.
I will say we do operate very much so like the Wild West, even though we've been here, right? But I feel like that's kind of that startup mentality. We've never let it die because it's so important to keep reinventing yourself.
Yeah, sure. And you've established a revenue positive, successful generating legal program.
Yeah.
What are some of the lessons from the scaling up, the innovation and making partnerships and sort of predicting market trends? What helped you grow to the size you are now?
Yeah, and there are so many lessons, right? Because there have been great areas of growth. There's been plateaus. So I think the number one is just riding it all out. Obviously, everyone wants to grow year after year, but unless you're reinventing everything that you're doing, trying new products, that's not going to happen. So I think one of the things that we learned early on is that we constantly have to be creating, whether that's making a new product, testing something new, creating a whole new conference, for example, right? That's what we have to be doing to continue to grow. So I think one of the biggest lessons is keep going. And I know that's something that you guys talk a lot about on here. It's okay to fail, right? Don't do it twice.
Try. Yeah.
You gotta keep moving. I joke around that I have like a memory of a fish. And I'm okay with that, right? Because otherwise I probably wouldn't get out of bed, right?
Yeah.
It's like, okay, great, that happened.
Don't be paralyzed. Just keep going forward. Absolutely.
I think that's the best way to look at things.
Yeah, sure. Talking about going forward, it's a big era of change once again. What about the future of legal marketing and technology? The use of AI, the way data gets harvested and processed, digital platforms. How is that reshaping how businesses like yours and law firms can grow?
Absolutely. I view it as a really amazing thing. Listen, we're all in this legal industry because we're here to help the consumer, right? We're here to help somebody who needs legal help.
Right.
Now, not everybody who needs legal help gets a lawyer, but I mean, that's just a fact, right? We all know that. However, AI is power of information. So maybe now more so than ever, consumers can be a little bit more educated on what and how they need a lawyer.
Right.
And I'm not saying, the lawyers are never going anywhere. Consumers are always going to need a lawyer. But now maybe you're going to have a more educated consumer knocking on your door instead of someone saying, hey, I think I need this.
And not being able to predict things like timelines and outcomes and all of that other stuff that can be a surprise to the client who's walking into a situation for the first time and trying to find that trusted advisor for, to get a resolution to their problem, because that's the service that we're really offering is problem resolution.
100%.
And not knowing the process of that problem resolution, or only having, a few good men or whatever for your
Right.
points of reference to how the legal profession operates, it can be a big surprise to not hear from a lawyer for 6 weeks and then all of a sudden, hey, there's been progress.
Right.
And if you don't understand that it can take those kinds of timelines, that's the education process that attorneys spend a lot of time doing.
Absolutely. And now there's like a lot of really great AI tools out there that will help that communication.
Exactly. Automation.
Yeah, it's huge. And again, the lawyers aren't going anywhere. We just now have better, smarter, faster technology to make them more efficient and better at their jobs. I mean, we all want that.
Yeah, absolutely. So lawyer.com is based on community. It's a connection point between the groups of people that need to intersect and meet to get those opportunities for both clients and attorneys.
Yes.
How does building that community create a competitive advantage of collaboration and shared knowledge on both sides of that community?
Yeah. And again, I think one of the biggest things is our organic growth, right? It kind of just organically happened. And I think that with that foundation, it's allowed us to really build on that connection in those communities. The consumer is able to come in, get the information. We then now have this amazing network of lawyers who are eager to help people. And that community right there, that's untouchable because they're the ones that are on the front line saying, hey, yeah, that's great. Let me help you out there. And that's the best part of the community right there.
Yeah, that's wonderful. Yeah.
Yeah.
And as an organization, you've got to create those community forums and tools for
Yep.
connection and all of those things. You're an important leader in that organization, but you also have to be able to delegate to a strong team.
Yep. 100%.
As a leader, how do you stay ahead of change and sort of guide your team and your other leadership team members in alignment and resiliency and pivoting when markets need a pivot?
Yeah, I think that's based really on your culture, right? You set the culture from the beginning, which is, hey, listen, we're not perfect. We're not going to make everything right the first go around, but hell, we're going to try and we're going to fight as a team, right? Because I think it's really hard, especially now more so than ever in the industry. There's so much new money, right? Hot money coming in. There's so much competition. Whereas maybe 3 years ago it would be like, all right, this is what we can predict a year from now. I can sit here with confidence and tell you I have no idea what the industry is going to look like in a year. And nobody does. No one can say that because of what's happening. But I think if you are very transparent about that, right? And you have those conversations and you're bringing that industry knowledge into the team and into your culture, then it allows you to say, okay, let's look a quarter out right now, right? Like, let's focus on the month, but let's have a look forward to the quarter. That's where we are. That's where we were last year. But I mean, I'm sure you see it as well. It's intense right now in the industry.
Yeah.
All good. It's fun. It's exciting, but it's difficult for planning.
Exactly. Oh yeah. Yeah. The regulatory infrastructure, the public response infrastructure. Yeah. Everything's changing so quickly. And you've got to get that message out there and sort of establish some of those standards. You do some of that through the Lawyer Growth Summit and ongoing initiatives to bring together collaborators and training and all of that stuff. Tell me a little bit about the history and the future of the Lawyer Growth Summit.
Yeah, absolutely. So it's funny, we talk about community and we've spent all this decade building the community between the consumer and the lawyer. What we failed to do as a company was join the legal community, right? And we're so busy, we got our head down, we're grinding, we're working. We realized such a big part of growth happens within your own community. And we needed to find a way to join that community. So right after COVID, we started doing live events. I had no idea what we were doing, but that didn't stop me from signing that contract. Yeah. And after doing a few live events, we really realized, okay, we knew the direction we wanted to take. We really wanted to stand in a thought leadership perspective and bring the experts to share the stage, right? We'll go out and we'll find what's the best topic, who's the best in that. get them on stage to discuss that. And that's really how the Lawyer Growth Summit started. We are now getting ready for our third Growth Summit that we'll be doing in July.
Okay. Anything you want to share about that? Anything you're excited about?
Everything.
Yeah.
We're working on save the date right now. That'll go out this week.
Okay.
We've got, pillars and mountains and peaks, and, it's this fun, exciting design time. But at the end of the day, I feel very, very passionate about finding the best industry leaders and bringing them to stage. A lot of what we talked about last year was, okay, we're entering this acquisition era, right? Where PE money is coming in and law firms are now getting bought up. Morgan's coming in and eating up the competition, right? So if you're a small law firm, what's your plan? What's your play? Let us show you not what to do, right? Because you've got to make that decision. Let us show you the options. Let us bring people to the stage who have been in your shoes before and let them educate you. And we're going to be taking that same approach this year on stage.
How to specialize, how to niche down into something that is both profitable and interesting, right? You don't want to cast too wide a net and then all of a sudden you can't handle the variety, but you don't want to find yourself pigeonholed into something that you either don't like or just doesn't have the opportunity, because we all have to eat.
Right. But you said something really interesting. Find something that you're passionate about, right? And I think that that's such a big part of why I'm here, and I'm sure why you're in that chair, right? You love what you do.
Yeah.
And I think that that's such an important part of growth, is really being able to channel that, right? Because the minute that you say, oh, I have to go home and turn this off, is the minute that you're not going to hit that next level.
Sure. What about some of the differences between working across, at this point, we're working across generations of attorneys and clients, but particularly attorneys, the era of going to the library and searching through a stack of books to find your precedents and your case law are more or less over. Some of those references are still there and still great, but a lot of that is shifted to either looking for it online yourself or asking some of these technology agents, these online agents, to help assemble some of that stuff for you. What are some of the growth trends that you're seeing on the attorney side, on the representation side, that you think lawyers should be looking for in the future?
Yeah, absolutely. I think when we first started, it was a very, dare I say, stodgy environment, right? It was very by the book. This is how we're doing it. And I thought, oh my God, how am I going to fit in this world? Right. So I will say from then until now, it has been absolutely amazing to see how the lawyers have adapted to technology more so than I ever thought was possible. Right. Now, you have not only are lawyers stepping out of the day-to-day law to run their law firms like a business, you're now seeing lawyers who are going in and creating their own AI companies because they've known the pain points that they felt through their case life cycle. And they say, hey, I can fix that. I think that is those are kind of two huge shifts, and credit to the lawyers who do that, because what better way to change than to do it yourself? Because you're living in it. You know what that change should be.
Right. Absolutely. And they're gaining experience in what is potentially an entirely new area of law that's coming up too. You have to be ready for those pivots too. The law changes and society establishes new trends and innovations that require new regulation and then representation to solve new sets of problems too.
Yeah, right. Absolutely. It's a great time to be in legal right now. It's just so exciting because every day is new.
Yeah. So tell us a little bit about how clients and attorneys can get connected with you and get into this important community and grow.
Yeah, listen, we like to have fun. That's rule number one in life, especially here. So check me out on LinkedIn. Colleen Joyce, I publish a weekly newsletter that's so much fun. Last week, we gave away a gift card to anyone who could name all the presidents from 1 to 47 on President's Day. Yeah. I could not, but I did have ChatGPT up and verify that it was correct. So we like to do fun things. Yeah. Being part of a community really helps you grow. So we'd love for you to be part of our community.
Okay. Any other platforms that you particularly like for the business or for you personally as a business leader?
Everything goes through, check out the lawyergrowthsummit.com.
Yeah.
Putting up the save the date right now. Hope to see everyone. We're very excited because the final night, the Backstreet Boys are playing at the Sphere. So nice. It was written in the stars.
Yeah.
Backstreet's back. Yes, we love this. So yeah, those are two great places to stay connected.
No, I think that's wonderful. And thank you so much for coming on. You've got a great platform. You help attorneys grow smarter and faster. You connect people with the tools they need. I think that's absolutely wonderful. And I'm looking forward to hearing more about the Growth Summit coming up. Colleen Joyce, thank you so much for coming on with us today. I hope you have a great day. This has been Partnerships for Profit. It's a legal podcast presented by LeDuc Entertainment, and I hope everybody has a wonderful day. Thank you so much for coming on.
Thanks, you.
Colleen.
Thanks for joining us on this episode of Partnerships for Profit. We hope you've gained valuable insights on how to form profitable partnerships and take your business to the next level. Be sure to subscribe and leave us a review wherever you listen to podcasts so you never miss an episode. Got a partnership story to share or someone you'd like to see featured on the show? Reach out to us. Until next time, keep building those partnerships for profit.